In this lecture, we're going to learn about variable lifetime. And the lifetime of a variable is the period of time over which the variable is going to be alive in memory. The variable becomes alive when you declare it in your code, and it is killed at some point in your program. And when the variable gets killed is decided by its storage duration. Storage duration is a property that defines how long a variable is going to be alive in your memory. So it basically defines the lifetime of your variable. And we're going to look at three types of storage duration. We have local storage duration, we have static storage duration, and we have dynamic storage duration. So what do we really mean by these? Here is a simple example that is going to try and explain these things. We have a first variable which is called static var2, and this variable has static duration. It is going to start living in memory when execution hits this variable, so it's going to live when it is declared, and it is going to die when this program dies. Throughout the life of this program, we can use it if we want, and it is going to die when the program finishes execution. We have another type of variable here. For example, in this function, we have a local variable, and it is going to leave when this function starts executing, and it is going to die when this function exits or finishes execution. So this variable has local or automatic duration. It is declared, it becomes alive when this function starts executing and this statement executes, and it is going to die at the end of this function block here. So it is a local variable because it dies at the end of the block. We have another type of storage duration we haven't really talked about, and that's dynamic storage duration. And variables with dynamic storage duration become alive when you declare them, just like any other variable we've seen, but you, the developer, get to decide when this variable dies. We don't really have enough tools to start and work with variables with dynamic storage duration, but the idea is that you decide when that variable is wiped out in memory. And we're going to learn about how to do this in due time. But for now, know that we have three types of storage duration. We have local variables or variables with local storage duration. These variables die when we hit the end of the block where they were declared. We have variables with static storage duration. These variables die when we hit the end of the program. And we have variables with dynamic storage duration for which you, the developer, get to decide when they die. And these are a few examples you can look at here. We don't really need to go in Visual Studio Code and run this because you're not going to see anything useful. The most important part is really remembering these types of storage duration that we have. This is really all I had to share in this lecture. I hope you found it interesting. We are going to stop here in this lecture. In the next one, we're going to learn about variable scope. Go ahead and finish up here and meet me there.